Hello and welcome to FactStub, your go-to place for fascinating facts and intriguing insights. Today we're diving headfirst into a realm where the seemingly impossible becomes possible and where truth and falsehood coexist. Yes, we're delving into the enigmatic world of paradoxes. Hold on to your seats because this journey is going to challenge everything you know about logic and reason. If you're ready to have your mind twisted, turned, and left in awe, then stick around. This is going to be one mind-boggling ride. We promise it's a puzzle worth solving. Now let's plunge into the paradox puzzle and see if we can unravel its mysteries together. Have you ever wondered how one thing can be both true and false at the same time? Welcome to the intriguing world of paradoxes where things aren't always as they seem. A paradox can be thought of as a riddle wrapped up in an enigma. It's a statement or proposition that, at first glance, appears self-contradictory or downright absurd. Yet, upon closer inspection, it expresses a potential truth. Picture a sentence that declares, "This statement is false." If the statement is true, then it must be false as it claims. But if it's false, then it contradicts itself by being true. Baffling, isn't it? That's the essence of a paradox. It's like trying to square a circle or find the beginning of a never-ending loop. So, a paradox is a mind-boggling concept that defies our understanding of logic and reason. Stay tuned as we unravel this fascinating puzzle piece by piece. Now, you might think that all paradoxes are the same, but that's far from the truth. Just like the variety of puzzles you find in a game room, paradoxes also come in different types, each with its own intriguing characteristics. Let's start with logical paradoxes. These are the mind-boggling ones that appear to be based on solid reasoning, but they lead to conclusions that just don't make sense. Take the classic liar paradox, for instance. It's a simple statement. This sentence is false. If the sentence is true, then it must be false as it claims, but if it's false, then it's actually telling the truth. It's a loop of contradiction that leaves us scratching our heads. Moving on, we have semantic paradoxes. These are a bit tricky as they involve language and its intricacies. A prime example is the barber paradox. It goes like this. In a town, there's a barber who shaves all and only those men who do not shave themselves. So, the paradoxical question is, does the barber shave himself? If he does, he doesn't, and if he doesn't, he does. It's language that ties us up in knots here. Lastly, let's explore mathematical paradoxes. These are the ones where valid mathematical procedures lead to results that defy our intuition. Have you ever heard of Hilbert's Hotel? It's a hypothetical hotel with an infinite number of rooms, all of which are occupied. Yet, it can still accommodate new guests. How? By moving the guest in room 1 to room 2, the guest in room 2 to room 3, and so on. Even though it seems impossible, mathematically, it works. So, there you have it. 3 different types of paradoxes, all unique in their own ways. Logical paradoxes challenge our reasoning, semantic paradoxes play with our language, and mathematical paradoxes test our understanding of infinity and beyond. Understanding these types helps us see that paradoxes are not just random contradictory statements, but they have a structure and logic of their own. Having understood the types of paradoxes and their power, let's take a fun detour and explore how paradoxes have made their way into pop culture and our everyday lives. You might be surprised to learn that these fascinating contradictions aren't just confined to the realms of philosophy, math, or literature. They're also sprinkled throughout popular culture, adding a layer of intrigue and complexity to movies, TV shows, and books. Consider the bootstrap paradox, a favorite in science fiction. It's a time travel paradox where an object or piece of information sent back in time becomes trapped within an infinite cause-effect loop. Think about the movie Interstellar, where the future humans create a wormhole to ensure their own survival. But if they hadn't survived, they couldn't have created the wormhole. It's a classic bootstrap paradox, and it's not just in science fiction. Even in the sitcom Friends, Ross's lobster theory is a paradox. He claims that lobsters mate for life and uses it as an argument that Rachel is his lobster, implying they are destined to be together. But in reality, lobsters do not mate for life, making Ross's argument a paradox. Paradoxes also pop up in our everyday language and conversations. Ever heard of the phrase, "less is more"? It's a paradox that suggests that simplicity can lead to better results than complexity. Or how about the saying, "the only constant in life is change"? It's another paradox that emphasizes the inevitability of change in our lives. As you can see, paradoxes are more than just intellectual puzzles. They're a part of our culture, our language, and our lives, adding depth and richness to our experiences. So the next time you come across a paradox, don't shy away. Embrace the contradiction, and let it open your mind to new perspectives and possibilities. You might be wondering, why do we even need to know about paradoxes? Well, sit tight, because we're about to dive into the profound potency of paradoxes. Paradoxes, those intriguing conundrums that seem to defy logic, actually have a remarkable capacity to stretch our minds and challenge our conventional ways of thinking. They operate like cognitive gymnastics, bending and twisting our intellectual muscles, urging us to reach beyond the confines of traditional logic. Consider for a moment the realm of philosophy. Here, paradoxes are more than mere brain teasers. They serve as critical tools for philosophers, who use them to dissect complex concepts and provoke profound discussions. Take Zeno's paradoxes, for example, which challenge our understanding of motion and time. These paradoxes have spurred centuries of philosophical debate, driving us to rethink our perceptions of reality. In mathematics, paradoxes play an equally crucial role. They expose the limitations of our existing mathematical frameworks and inspire the creation of new theories. The famous Russell's paradox, which reveals a contradiction in set theory, led to significant advancements in the field of mathematics. It forced mathematicians to reevaluate their foundational assumptions and develop more robust systems of logic. And let's not forget literature, where paradoxes add depth and intrigue to narratives. They provide authors with a unique way to explore complex themes and conflicts. In George Orwell's 1984, for example, the paradoxical slogan, "War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength," encapsulates the dystopian society's twisted logic, provoking readers to question the nature of freedom and control. Paradoxes, in essence, are intellectual catalysts. They challenge us, confound us, and ultimately, empower us. They compel us to question the norm, to look beyond the obvious, and to seek truth in the seemingly illogical. They push the boundaries of our thinking, forcing us to confront the limitations of our understanding, and to continually strive for intellectual growth. So, while paradoxes might seem confusing, they are powerful tools that help us see beyond the ordinary and question the very nature of reality.